Two teams that shared a similar experience 3 weeks ago, and you guys came together as captains on the field, off the field. What do you think the start of this game will be like emotionally, knowing how that game ended?
That's a good question. I never really thought about that. I think obviously two teams that we're in the playoffs want to win. Obviously, going through what we went through a couple weeks back. I think the good thing that everybody feels good about is that D-Ham is back and he's in the building now. He's here today. It's just awesome to see him in great spirits back here, and it brings all of our spirits together. So and brings all of our spirits up. So I don't think it should be any different than any other game that we've been a part of. Obviously, like I said, two really good teams that want to win. It's playoffs, and so we're expecting a really great atmosphere, and we're excited for the opportunity.
And how much does that help emotionally, knowing, see, get past what happened for you guys 3 weeks ago, seeing Damar here and smiling and all that?
Yeah, like I said, I think it brings everybody's spirits up. And I think after the Patriots game, we kind of dealt with the biggest amount of emotions. A week later. But like I said, Dehan's back in the building now, and it's awesome to see his face. Awesome to see him smiling again. And so I don't think this game will be any different.
It's kind of unique in a sense that you played part of the first quarter against them January 2nd, and now you have them here. But in terms of preparation, how does that make it different? Can you take anything from the preps you did at that time and kind of roll it into this game?
Yeah, I think you can pick some stuff here and there. We only had 8 plays in the game, and so when you go back and you look at those 8 plays, you can kind of get a sense of, and they're feeling the same way. Get a sense of how they were trying to attack us, and same vice versa, how we were trying to attack them. And so obviously, probably a couple more wrinkles here and there for both sides of the football. So, like I said, we're excited about the opportunity. It's a good football team. We're a good football team too. It's going to be a hell of an atmosphere, and we're excited to play.
How have you seen Kaiir Elam develop, since the beginning of his rookie season?
Yeah, just continuing to grow each and every week, each and every day, each and every week. Just a player that I respect a lot, just because the work I see the work that he puts into his craft, and he's starting to see it pay off. The big plays that he made over the last weekend, and the plays that he's going to continue to make to help our team win football games. So just a really smart player, really dedicated player who he's coming along to his own as a rookie. It's not an easy position to be in, as a rookie corner, especially first round pick, having to, him and Dane are coming on and off the field every series or so. And so, I respect him for his craft and what he's been able to do for us as a rookie, and, he's going to continue to make plays for us.
What stands out to you about Joe Burrow, obviously one of the top quarterbacks in the league, but why do you think he is so special?
Yeah, I think he just has a very good command of that offense and what he's able to do. Obviously, he has a lot of trust in his receivers. One of the top receiving corps in the NFL. So, he has a very good understanding of what he sees on the other side of the football. He has a very good understanding of timing and his receivers, their routes, and he's very smart, very intelligent. And so, got a lot of respect for Joe Burrow and what he's been able to do ever since LSU, even what he's been able to do since he's came into the league, and to see him grow into who he is now. So we're gonna have our hands full, and we're gonna have to play extremely well to win. They got good players, we got good players as well, so it's gonna be fun.
Because it was the first time you faced Joe. Was it good, even though you had 8, 9, 7 plays? Was it good to get an on-field sense of rhythm, or just kind of at least get that first taste, because you guys have never faced him before?
Yeah, I think every game has its own way of feeling the rhythm throughout the game, and it's hard to get into a good rhythm 7, 8 plays into the game. And so as the game goes along, you start to get a better feel of the game. And so that experience that we had in Cincinnati is going to be a totally different experience coming here to Buffalo and playing here. So like I said earlier, they got good players, we got good players too. It's going to be a fun atmosphere, and we're excited to play.
Gordon, I just want to follow up. You used the word timing in describing the relationship he has with those receivers, and that's the way it's been described to me too. Like, he's so accurate, right? That ball's going to a spot. There's a lot of yards after the catch type thing.
Right.
Does that make it kind of a unique challenge in having to face them? Is that the biggest thing?
There's a lot of. They're good players. Like I said, Jamar and Joe, they've been playing together for a long time, and so that timing in itself has been there before they even got to Cincinnati. And so, they don't run a complicated offense, but what they do is they do what they do well. And their receivers make plays. They, like you said, you run after the catch, the yak yards, and he's able to, there's a lot of routes that, Chase is at the top of his route, and Joe's already throwing the ball before he gets out of his break. And so, yeah, it does make it challenging, but, at the same time, they're going to make some plays. We're just going to have to be able to, they catch the ball. We're going to have to be able to catch, tackle, and limit yards after catch and limit explosive plays.
You guys aren't going to have Micah this week, obviously, but is there almost like an extra motivation just to give him a chance to get back?
Yeah, I think there's been extra motivation all season long. He's been in the building, in the meetings, just helping us out, helping myself, helping the younger guys out in the position, telling us what he sees. So it's been awesome to have him. It's like he's never left, obviously, other than being on the field with me. So, I guess you could say it does give you extra motivation. I would love to play with Micah again. And he's working extremely hard to get back, and, we'll see what happens.